What's up, everyone? This is the Godfather Dictator, and back with some Splinter Cell Blacklist Site F, which is the last mission of the game, and also one of the hardest mission. Here, what I usually do is I rush, and then because of that railing, it's like placed at the perfect place. It it will block the field of vision of the sniper targeting you. So after that, you can rush up when you see them, take out their laser in a way that they're moving to a different path. Um, so here after you go through the system of ventilation here, where you will have to go activate something to disable the laser from the bunker. So what we're gonna do here, once this is done, because these guards, as soon as you're done here, if you don't go fast enough, by the way, they go back to their like regular patrol and it's crap. So what I do usually is I throw a noisemaker like I just did, the back corner there, and then if you go fast enough, it should be good enough to not get spot. Same for this area. Like what I wanted to do here before is to wait a little bit that he start moving and then throw it, because you're kind of in a certain angle where you cannot throw it if you're right at the corner of it. I don't know if that makes sense, but you cannot shoot the noisemaker. So that's why I moved a little, so that saves overall a little bit of time. And after this, we can proceed to the bunker. And now here, you just gotta be careful of the laser. And sadly, I'm not sure. I think I recall, if you go fast enough, I think you don't have to wait for that pattern, because I know, like, guaranteed that once it make it past there, you can reach the other side of the vent without waiting for the laser to come back in. Like you'll see, I will do it right here. It's very tight, of course, like you see, but you have like just the right amount of time. So I'm thinking if you would go a little faster than what I did, you'll probably be able to make it without waiting for the first one. But because I was a little too slow, I had to wait. Same here, pretty straightforward. The faster you go, I feel like the better it is up to a point. Here, you don't slide down, because I did it once and you end up like hitting the second laser down here. And well, it's really silly because you're there. So there's no risk to take at that point. You just play carefully. Now we're gonna drop down from that vent in the other spot, because if not, you drop straight on one of the guard. And then you're gonna reach the next area where there's gonna be one soldier patrolling with night vision goggle. Be careful of those guys. Obviously, they can spot you easier. Here, I flipped the light switch, but it doesn't do anything. All right, it's just because it's there, and I have to wait like a little bit for him to move. Something that I could have tried, that I didn't want to, is I could have tried throwing a noisemaker behind him where the laser are to like make this pattern go faster, but instead I do it on the next section. If you throw it in that angle here, you can just make it pass behind him, and you don't have to wait for that old pattern. Once again, I think it can be done a little bit faster, but when you're trying to do those mission, a single segment is definitely different than restarting at checkpoint. And if someone would ask, is there any benefit to doing single segment? Like, I don't think so, personally. Like, I don't think there's any benefits to it, and a way that, yes, they will rate you on the amount of time that it takes you to do the mission. That's guaranteed. But like, I'm not sure if the time keeps adding up when you restart from checkpoint, because there's game where that's the case. If you restart from a checkpoint, it will count the time, while there's other games, where it will reset the time every time. And when I mean reset, not necessarily reset the whole timer, but reset from the time of where you reach that certain area. So beside for me setting myself like a harder challenge, because guys, I like those challenge. Again, I don't think you get any benefit from doing single segment. So there's even some section overall that, I'm not gonna lie, could probably be improved a little bit. But overall, because I was not chasing for a high score run or full blown speed run or anything like that, I'm pretty satisfied overall with that run, and I'm glad I redid it. It still pained me a little that I could not, do special mission HQ like I wanted to, but once again, like you heard my commentary on Safe House, this mission is just a fucking nightmare of inconsistency. And if it was more consistent with the AI, it would be like easily doable. But yeah, it's just too annoying. So now you're gonna reach that next section here where there's gonna be like a huge patrol down there. But if you go on that path on the right side and you drop all the way down, like you don't even have to worry about any of them. Once you're down there, you might get a little marker of detection for like half a second or so, and then after you're free to move. Now it's funny because I redid it like that, but I want to say that there's an alternate route for those that don't necessarily want to wait, because you don't have to wait on this guy. Like me, I'm waiting on that guy because I use him, to go through the bunker's door. But I think there's a bat room to the right. You see that there's a door further in back there to the right. If you go in there, you can reach that area without using that guy. But because I did it like this back then, I wanted to redo it the same way. So now I'm gonna go the opposite of the letter of the objective, and I'm gonna explain why. It's because, first of all, I think the routing starting from this one is a lot better. And then, to me, the hardest one to get, or not necessarily the hardest one, but the longest one to get, because you have to let the guy go through like a conversation. Maybe, once again, you can skip that conversation by using Noisemaker, but I never tried it there. And when you're doing it single segment and you reach those sections, like the pattern will be specific to a run of single segment. I don't know if you guys understand specifically what that means, but what that means is that when you restart at checkpoint, you will get a different pattern from like a single segment run, which means that sometimes the guard will not be in the same position, so the timing will obviously be different. So in that case, this one here, there's that conversation. And once again, maybe I could have tried throwing a noisemaker and see if, that would have allowed me to, well, go hack that station faster. But I feel it's more reliable to just wait for the conversation to be over. Then these guys are going to go in their specific patrol route. That... once again, sometimes is not the same. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for the second guard in front of the actual station that we need to act to move out of the way. And like he went around there, and usually sometimes he stays in the middle. So you see what I mean? So now finish hacking that second station, and then this guard moves out of that room, and I think it's going to the right. Yeah, there it is. So now, depending on how fast you did that, the drone, once again, might not be at the same place. So be careful of that drone. You notice also that it cannot spot you from behind because it has some kind of radius, like, if you want, triangle, kind of a cone, if you want. And here, it was so fucking close. To be honest, I got really fucking lucky because it was getting spot from two sides. Now, here usually I would just wait, but once the camera move again, I'm gonna wait for it to start a movement, and then I'm gonna shoot a noisemaker right there, and this way, this guy, I won't have to wait for him to move again. Because that's the thing, noisemaker to me are used if you want to make pattern go faster, if that makes any sense. Like, and here, very lucky also, this guy usually is a bit like further in, so be careful, that you know where this guy is located inside this room. Once he will move out to start the speech, you can go behind in this area here, and then you will hack the third station. And after why I was doing it on this one like last is simply because to reach the next area, I think it's closer to this one. So if you do it in the different order, I mean, it's entirely up to you, but I think you're going to be further in from the objective where you need to be. Also, very odd, I'm not going to lie, I've never seen the drone come all the way here. And I got very lucky, and I'm not sure if this was due to like doing some kind of distraction or something, but then after that the guard was in the perfect position for me to just move, go through the vent, and like after once, I think once you completed all of this, unless like you're gonna be careless at the end against Sadiq, like you're home free pretty much. So to me, once I reached that point, the run was done, and I think I pressed start and I went to actually wash my hand at that time because I just want to make sure that I wouldn't fuck up. Even though it still applies for what I just said, that once you're there, you're pretty much home free. But when it's a single segment run, you don't want to risk it out. Obviously, you're gonna want to play more secure, and that's what I did here. I press start, and then after this, I continue from the same run, and then once you disarm that guy, you can just make a run for it. You don't even have to worry about anyone else. You can go to the next area where it's gonna be that short sequence against Sadiq. So, I mean, that's about it to me. We're at the end of the run. I have, like, nothing special more to add. I hope you guys enjoyed that project, even though I already did it back in the day. Again, it's a better run, better quality, and I really hope, once again, they relaunch that series again, because Splinter Cell, it's a wonderful series that I definitely think deserve to be back on the map. So, once again, guys, if you enjoyed the walkthrough, make sure you drop a like. And, well, I will catch you up on the next project, which I have no clue what it is right now, so I don't want anyone, like, to have expectation of anything specific. You'll say I keep it maybe for a surprise. We will see in the future. So, once again, have a wonderful rest of the day, night, wherever you are when you're watching that video, and I will catch up later. Peace out, guys.